right, we got some newbie battles from a member of our community on Minerva, Vorse. Very, very active, done a ton of raids with this guy, and he sent in some newbie battles. So don't expect any kind of high-end stuff. We are simply doing this as more of an educational thing. Now, I'm not the most qualified PvPer in the world, but I do know what's going on, and this is a great example of a team that just is, you know, what you can work with. Like Empoleon and Typhlosion, just mentioned in my recent video that two different people sent me Typhlosion games, but they're great picks because both of these are very strong Pokemon, and they both have very cheap secondary move unlocks, which is only 10,000 dust. And honestly, Hydro Cannon and Blast Burn are great bang for your buck for 10,000 dust, although typically you already have that move, and the second is for the Drill Peck and Solar Beam. But both of those provide great coverage and are great moves. Now, Togekiss, again, he is just working with the one that he has. Those are not the IVs I'd recommend for Ultra League at all, but I also wouldn't recommend a single move. So he's just using what he has available, and let's see how he performs. I did skip to the end, so I do know what goes on, kind of. I didn't watch all the battles, though. So let's start off with Empoleon versus Haryama. So this is what you're going to see in the early game. Haryama is not really a great pick. I think Machamp is better in essentially every way, but it doesn't change the fact that a fighter versus a steel type is going to be very good for the fighter. And honestly, Drill Peck is good here, but it's best to be thrown when there's like an energy advantage later on, because you see in this case it's just going to get shielded and you're already in the yellow just trying to get that damage off. Now, Venusaur is pretty bad against Togekiss if the Venusaur is running Sludge Bomb. We are in the early game here, so it is quite possible that he might not actually have that Sludge Bomb, but Ancient Power being his only move is completely fine. I might even recommend maybe Aerial Ace if you just want like actual coverage against the meta. That's a terrible move as well as Ancient Power, so maybe Flamethrower might be better, but in this case, he's just using what he's got and shielding the Togekiss. Now, Togekiss would be great against that Haryama, but honestly, so would Typhlosion. So you might not need to shield the Togekiss here. Sludge Bomb, you know, I guess that's a good shield if you're trying to keep the Togekiss alive. And I believe after the Charms, Ancient Power should be enough, but he, is not going to lose the race to the Sludge Bomb. Okay. I don't know what kind of attack stat differences Togekiss and Venusaur have, but I doubt that was a CMP tie, and it definitely wasn't. And he gets the boost. Now, that is definitely one of the reasons why people use Ancient Power. I would 100% stay in this matchup, of course. He's got the boost. And Empoleon has a pretty neutral matchup against Gyarados. Obviously, you want to keep Typhlosion as far away as possible. Crunch is a resisted move, so that's not going to be doing anything. And you don't need to throw the Ancient Power here. Charm would absolutely delete this Haryama. I'd be very interested to know what a boosted Charm does to a Haryama. But yeah, that is what happens when you run Ancient Power. 10% of the time, you have a very, very good game. That is lovely to see. Sometimes you just get those freebies. So I think we're doing Premier Cup. I put in the Premier Cup logo here. I skipped through the battles, like I said, and I didn't see a single legendary. So I think we're in the Premier Cup. If I'm wrong, it doesn't matter. You guys will find out. It won't change the battles, but all right, let's get into this next one and see what happens. I also didn't, you probably can tell by the video length, this is only one set. So yeah, if you guys are new to the game and you're looking for some advice, or you just want to have your battles covered, feel free to submit them. I'm a freebie YouTuber to submit to, because I don't have a lot of people barking up my tree, and I'm maybe not the most dedicated Pokemon Go, so I will be late to covering some battles, but I would love to cover them in the future and talk over them like I am here. No, obviously in this battle it's fairly neutral. He is taking resisted because of the steel typing. I would have farmed down. Yeah, well, Frenzy Plant's gonna hit neutral, I should say, not resisted, because of water steel. And Drill Peck obviously hits for a ton, but both of his back Pokemon were really good against that the grass type, so he might have been able to just swap out. However, Ampharos is going to be quite a problem for Empoleon, and I'm glad that he's recognizing that Togekiss is not going to be doing too much damage against this thing. Definitely just come in with Typhlosion. Okay, I'm interested to see what the game plan is here. Typhlosion would be taking neutral, but Incinerate does a ton of damage and would be able to actually make some quick work of this Ampharos. I'm not sure what the game plan is. Okay, he's just going to farm it down. But the opponent has 2 shields, so this is why you kind of want to save these Pokemon. Typhlosion would have been great against Ampharos in the given the circumstances. Switch out. Okay, good. Don't throw that Hydro Cannon. He's just going to shield it. Typhlosion versus Charizard. So I believe he still has a Sceptile in the back, if I'm following this game properly. So I think it has like no HP either. So if this enemy is really good at managing, they can maybe swap in while you're about to throw a move and tank it on the very weak Sceptile. But I wouldn't expect those kind of plays at this rank. So I think we should be fine. And the Charizard shielded, which essentially seals the fate because Blast Burn would not have KO'd, but Hydro Cannon now definitely would. And okay, we're not throwing Blast Burn apparently. It's perfectly possible that he might not have Blast Burn, but as you can see, if he would have had it, this Typhlosion would be out of his hair. But of course, right now, the Charizard would have been eating a Hydro Cannon, so it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, and that Sceptile has no HP and no chance of recovering that game. So GG. Yeah, that was pretty good, just alignment. I mean, honestly, that Sceptile has essentially no play against this team. Even against the Empoleon, that Drill Peck hits harder than a Frenzy Plant does. And was that already the... Okay, I guess we're going to get, like, part of one set, and maybe they were at different times. Okay, cool. That works for me. So we're going to get 2 half sets or something like that. And I like how his team is, I suck at PvP. You got to just keep learning. Watching videos like mine are a great way to do it. My videos or anybody's videos. Just watch as much as you possibly can. That's what I do. I think I have essentially watched more PvP than I've played. And this is a great setup because Glaceon, I don't know who's evolving a Glaceon during Eevee events, but maybe it has Last Resort. Okay, I wouldn't have expected. That is the only way that Glaceon is even going to hit for neutral on a Typhlosion. So being that it only knows ice fast attacks and ice charge moves, you did not need to throw that move. You could absolutely... Why are you shielding? I love these beginner battles. Okay, this is a hugely dominant matchup for Typhlosion. He doesn't need to shield anything at all. Icy Wind would cut down the damage by a lot, but you can totally farm down. Okay, that's fine. No, it's not fine. I mean, it works. You're still going to win the matchup, but having no energy for whatever's going to come in next is not great. And, of course, Aggron running Smackdown is going to make quick work of this Typhlosion. So definitely want to come in with the Empoleon, throw that before he swaps out. Oh, my goodness. Normally, this would be bad. But with a Charmer in the back, this is about as hard of a counter as you can have to a Dragonite. They're running Dragon Tail as well. All right, interesting. Yeah, there's no chance for that Dragonite. But Aggron is going to get a nasty farm off of this Togekiss. That said, Charm is very oppressive. So Charm is probably going to be able to do tons of neutral damage, meaning Charm is a fast attack on Togekiss, and it does a lot of damage. It's one of the more broken moves in the entire game. It essentially skips shields and just does a ton of damage output while generating energy very slowly. So obviously Thunder, great move to run on Aggron, but a double shielded Empoleon is just going to make very quick work of that. So yeah, Aggron has become more of a spice pick recently because of the prevalence of Talonflame being a fire and flying type. Smackdown from Aggron is double super effective and can essentially delete a Talonflame in I think 5 fast attacks. Doesn't matter what the specific number is, but it's quick. I think you just need to like shield a flame charge or don't. Doesn't matter. Aggron is a very, very hard counter to a fire flying type like Charizard, Ho-Oh, or Talonflame. So great matchup against the shiny Charizard. You definitely want to keep this Empoleon on the Charizard. Why Charizard's staying in, I have no idea. Definitely want to throw that as soon as possible. This could be a Blast Burn, and I do believe it's worth shielding. Even if they're baiting, I don't even know why they'd bother, because this is not a winning matchup. And he definitely did get the CMP tie, because what can happen in a lot of cases, if you don't throw that move immediately, they can swap out and catch it, like I mentioned earlier. But okay, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Yep, all right, through a couple too many waterfalls, but we have a Razor Leaf Venusaur, meaning he's not going to be putting out too many charge attacks. I do not think you need to throw any energy. I would shield this in case of a Sludge Bomb. You want to keep this thing healthy, but other than that, he's not going to get to a second move. I think just 3 more Incinerates should do it, and then you can dump all of that energy into whatever comes next. So we're at 100 energy now, ready for the next Pokemon. Whether it's the Charizard or whatever, you can double... Oh, yep, even Empoleon. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where it was either the recent video or this video where Empoleon is doing super effective against Typhlosion, but in a no, don't go for Solar Beam. In a circumstance like this, Fire Blast Burn is still going to hit for a lot of neutral damage, and you don't need a lot of health to land one of those. Boom, there you go. Nice to see it. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Togekiss is kind of dead weight against the Charizard unless it has an Ancient Power, which it can get the energy for by farming down an Empoleon here. Empoleon, unless it's running Flash Cannon, isn't really going to be threatening a Togekiss at all, and as we've already established, we have a very healthy Very healthy Penguin in the back that is going to have no trouble against the Charizard. The opponent is staying in for some miraculous reason, but Ancient Power is going to absolutely annihilate this thing. So Ancient Power actually being... Oh my, he got the boost. So Ancient Power being such a weak move actually doesn't always KO the Fire Flying type. So it's kind of a tricky move, but Togekiss is, like I mentioned with the Charm, not exactly a Pokemon that's going to be relying on its charge attack too much. Thank you for the battles. I really appreciate it. Those are fairly well played. Very simple team, and honestly looked like it performed well enough. If you guys want us to send any more battles, hopefully we can all learn from something. I don't know. Link down below. Subscribe. Twitch link down below as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.